Okay, back to the movie making. We've made further progress. As you can see, we have the 4x20 screen on there. In the top corner we have the E, the energy meter, which is in watt hours to 3 decimal places, basically used for calibration. We have kilowatt hours, amps AC, and volts AC. Now this is about where we were before, except we now have it connected via a serial cable to the NetBurner mini server. The serial cable is just that wire and plug right now, but eventually that will be a serial off-the-shelf serial wireless link from the yard and the solar panel to the server. Now you can see those LEDs going back and forth. They move depending on, to indicate which parameter it is sampling from the metering board here. So as it steps through its samples and gathers its data, those lights go back and forth just to tell you that yes, it is working. Okay, now what we have here is the web page is done. You can see here I have a picture of the solar panel in my backyard. That's not a movie or anything, just a picture. And over here are the test parameters. Right now it's not actually the solar panel, it's just the relay test set feeding AC to the metering circuits on that metering board. You can see it loads every 5 seconds. You can see I have 119.79 on the AC. I did fix the jitter problem with the AC volts, I got rid of the offset, etc. And AC amps is 2.00 and kilowatt hours is 0.02. Okay, you can see I can reach over here. I'm going to turn the amps down to 1 amp. Okay, I turn down the amps down to 1 amp, and the next time it refreshes, okay, it just refreshed, and it now, as you can see, reads 1 amp. So you turn it up to 1.2 here. Okay, and now it reads 1.2. It just responds to the output of the test set. So the whole internet display thing is working really well. And this is an excellent item for anyone who has a green solar or wind generation system. You want to be able to monitor the energy you produce on a daily basis, monitor the equipment the condition of your equipment, excuse me. This allows you to do that from anywhere in the world or from your local network. On your PC you can check on what your solar or wind system is doing. And this particularly applies to grid tie systems. When the DC is complete, it'll measure the DC out of the solar panels, the efficiency of the inverter, and so forth. So that's where we stand now. The next step, of course, is to put the DC components, measuring components, on the circuit board and get the DC values up there on the website. So and that and the inverter efficiency. I'm going to put it in a toolbox and run the wires out the bottom, or out of grommets in the bottom of the toolbox. That will also act as a natural way, if any rain does get in the toolbox is located under the solar panel, bolted to that 2x8 that comes out. So it'll have the solar panel, the lid of the toolbox keep the rain out, and also drain holes in the bottom in case a few drops do get in there. The inverter will be bolted to the side of the toolbox and have a little rain shelter, little awning over it made out of aluminum. So I think it'll be able to withstand most rainstorms. If there's going to be a hurricane, you just kind of bring it in the house and not have any solar power for a while. Okay, let me zoom in clear in here. This doesn't particularly like close focus, but you can see the numbers we got there. I'll move it one more time. They crank up a couple more amps on here. Okay, cranked it up to 1.4. Kilowatt hours is 0.02. That just, we incremented again to 0.03. The amps, I flipped it on the right as it was loading, so it didn't get that last increment to 1.5. So it does a good job of displaying the values that are actually being produced by the metering device.